everybody. Tonight, I'm not even in the picture. This is going to be about you only. You are going to focus on you. And the beautiful jellyfish. Hello, Mike. Hello, Sophie. I can still focus on the creator or get into a conversation. This is about you, only you, you. And I think we all kind of need that right now. Happy, and thank you for the heartbeat. So we're just bringing your own energy to you, and we're healing it. Thank you. Sometimes it's just something we need, right? We need to focus on ourselves only to be a better mother, father, person, employee, friend, whatever it is. And I think we forget that. Awesome, because here we go. Thank you for the follow. So these are some of the most calming and self-loving affirmations I enjoy. Hello, Brian. You are enough as you are right now. I want you to think about every word. You are enough as you are right this very second. Hello, Erica. I missed you too. Thank you for the heartbeat. And think about every word, and I want you to inhale all of the positivity. Hello, right? And hold it in. And then exhale it out, the negativity, or the stress, or concerns, or anything that might have been on your list to worry about that no need to do right now. This is about you. That can always wait. I promise you, they will be there tomorrow. You can put them away and focus. Hello, Tiger. Thank you for the follow. It is safe for you to let go of the day. Absolutely. Oh, big one for me. Thank you for the heart, mermaid. Thank you. Crystal, thank you for the heart. Puffs. Your feelings are valid. Remember that. Completely valid. Always. Number 5. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. You just have to open your heart and accept what is right in front of you. You're never behind. Thank you so much, mermaid. You know, anybody can feel like they're behind or not where they think they should be. That is just a societal expectation, not reality. So I know exactly how you feel. Trust me. Meditate on that and it will come to you, I promise. Try to think about the things you really love to do. What makes you smile? What makes you feel good every day? Don't chase after somebody else's idea of what you should be. Thank you, Elizabeth. Remember, we are not our parents. We are not our brothers or sisters, our friends. We are us. And there is only one of you. Isn't that the coolest thing? There will never be another you. I find that fascinating. So don't forget that. I just dropped my phone, sorry. It's very important to not live for somebody else's idea of what they think you should be or where you should be in life. I got stuck with that with my dad for so many years. And it did not behoove me. Oh my gosh, Erica. Oh. I'm right there with you. single parent, you feel so alone, and you're not. You are not alone. Nobody is alone. Trust me. You are loved. You are cared for. Right now. Right now. You are loving yourself. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Miguel. Thank you for the follow. Rain, you better not be driving. Anthony, thank you for the follow. You're unloading. That's a big truck to unload. So take a deep breath in and think about those for a second. And really focus on how important you are, on how wonderful you are, unique. This is a time to really go inside of you and think about, what do I want from me? What makes me happy? What makes me smile? What fills my heart with joy? BZB, thank you for the follow. You owe nobody, and I mean nobody, an explanation for something that makes you happy. Remember that. That's awesome, Dylan. Thank you, Chloe. I have fallen into that trap. I used to think I had to explain my happiness or why. No. You owe nobody. Nobody, as long as it's not hurting anybody. You owe nobody an explanation for being happy. That's okay. Hello, Myra. So why do you think that's funny? Yeah. That's right. Lola, thank you for the follow. Because if you think this is funny, I think you have a lot of self-healing to do. What are you confused about? This ASMR tonight is only for you, Dylan. There's a difference. What I'm talking about, you're confused about self-love and honoring yourself. This is for you only. Thank you, Bradford. Hello, Cody. Yes. And I said, well, if you think it's funny that that you are caring for yourself, then maybe you need to look at that. That's what I was saying to them. Because it can be scary. Sometimes it's harder to be happy than it is to be unhappy. But I promise you it's worth it. It's worth the risk. It's worth the fear. I promise you. That's right. Yeah. Well, this is your night. I think we as a group, for some reason, there's a lot of this energy. Thank you. Because I've been in kind of a rut too. And I think we have to remind ourselves that we don't owe anybody anything for happiness. We are right where we need to be. listening to what he was saying, how people try to bring him down because of it. And he said, you know what, if I allowed people to do that, I would end up back in jail. And I don't know, there was something about that that made me, like, something in my brain click. We are all here for a reason. We all make mistakes. All of us. Some of us will get caught. That's, I used to be an investigator for the public defender's office, and a lot of times it was just the luck of the draw. So remember that. Only allow you to bring in your happiness. Don't look outside. Because jealousy from other people, especially when you start doing well, is incredible. The more successful you get, whether it's what you love to do, whether it's, making money, buying a house, whatever it is, you will find you will get more enemies, more people giving you a hard time, trying to bring you down. You gotta stop that. And remember, let it roll off your back like a duck. Good night, Dylan. Be careful out there. So let me ask you a question for yourself. What positive affirmation do you need right now? What do you need to hear from me or from yourself? Absolutely. We cannot successful doing something they loved, that they worked really hard and they did it. That's awesome. And I don't understand how people can not enjoy that. Absolutely. And here's the thing most of us on here do. And we get sucked into that because we want to see them happy, but people who want to be toxic to us feed on that and can become overwhelming. We gotta learn how to separate the two, you know what I mean? We gotta let those relationships go, because there is nothing positive that can come out of it. I probably wasted years of my life if I wanted to really think about it, but I don't. You know what? I moved on. I had a fantastic therapist years ago, and I realized there's only one me. There is only my life I have to live. I will never have the chance to live this life again, and neither will you, so let's make the most of it. Let's find that self-love that we need. Thank you, Arcane, for the heartbeat. Self-love is so important. Hello, 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 hello. It really is. Oh, believe me. If you had seen me earlier, I exercise. Like, if I'll go mow the grass. I will do my art. I like to build things. Get the energy out. And also, I don't like people to control me. So I think if I'm allowing myself to be angry, I'm allowing their actions to control me, which pisses me off. It's like my dad when he drives. It's almost like being with a crazed psycho. I don't know why he gets so mad at traffic. I really don't. But it is scary. And I'm like, why do you even care what they're doing? Let people live their life. You don't have any control over them like they don't have any control over you. Let them go. If they want to honk at you, whatever. You know what? Does it really matter in the whole grand scheme of things? No. If somebody cuts you off, maybe they had a really bad morning. Maybe their mom died. Maybe their dad died. Maybe they are sick and trying to get to the hospital. You don't really know why. So to get so, I'm just And you know what? My cousin, who passed away, did everything for his wife. Didn't have kids, took care of her father, took care of the bills, then took care of her nephew, because she promised him that they would go out to New Mexico again one day and live. Well, guess what? 2 weeks before until they needed him so badly that they could not succeed without his thoughts. Hello, Ashlyn. Hello, Maya. Thank you for the follow. Absolutely. Do you see it all coming together? Every great has failed. Are you kidding? This is about you, not me. Tonight is all about you. We're focusing on ourselves and how we can better right now. With the jellies in the background. The jellies. And we all feel that way. Remember, you're not alone. You are not alone. So important to remember. Everybody's afraid. Hello, Braids. You know, when I moved to Mississippi, I remember how racist they were. And I remember thinking to myself, what is wrong with these people, right? Hello, Braids. And then I realized they are so insecure with their own lives that they have to be cruel to other people, other races, women. I mean, I walked into a doctor's office and he asked me how old I was, and I told him 30, and he said, well, maybe you should go have some babies. Now, you want to talk about controlling anger? I turned bright red, and my friend Carla was like, Jody, do not say anything. I was like, did you just tell me I need to go have babies? That was, in his mind, that was my self-worth. And I'm like, okay, we aren't going to do business together. And I just had to walk away. At that time, I probably would have punched him in the face at, that point in my life. But it's the same way. Just some people have a personality that doesn't fit, and you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. And it's because they don't love themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. They've allowed other people to beat them down, to be ignorant about other people, to minimize or keep themselves from being more rounded. And I mean, I love other, I just love other cultures. So, I just found Mississippi to be a beautiful state, but the people really made me very sad, very close-minded, and that's okay. You know what? I couldn't change them, so I was just me. They didn't like me, but that's okay. That was fine. You know what? Not everybody has to like you. You have to like you. That's it. Just you. You have to love you. You have to. The only person. Because it is an addiction, my dear. It's like it fuels that adrenaline rush, or it gives them something. Believe me, when people engage in drama and they allow it in their life, they're getting something. Whether you want to hear that or not, I don't know, but you are getting that fix. A toxic relationship can be very much like always has to control everything. And I don't know. I don't know why he even talks about my brother. I'm like, Dad, oh my God, you need to stop living in the past. But my dad likes that drama. He's 87 and he's always loved drama. And it's an addiction. It does. It gives him something back. Now, a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it is what it is. We all have to face it in ourselves. Why are we staying in an uncomfortable situation? Is it from our childhood? We need to let it go. My parents used to pay me to lose weight. My mom would buy me clothes that were too small for me. And because of that, I had a lot of eating issues. I'm just being very open here. And I brought it up to my dad, and my dad said, he goes, "Oh, that was between you and your mother. I don't remember any of that." Now, they put me in a mental institution when I was 10 years old because I was bulimic. And he forgot? I don't think so. So, what am I gonna do? I just say, okay, alright, Dad, well, if that's how you want to remember it, I can't change you. And sometimes that's very hard. It's very hard to do. But I've learned to love myself and not worry what he thinks. Because their thought process was very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. And a lot of us face that, not with just eating, but with, how people talk to us and allowing certain people in our life. Because that's what we know, what we're comfortable with. It's like the old saying, you marry your father. Well, it's not necessarily your father. It's a sense of comfort. It's a way of life you're used to. Does that mean it's healthy? Hell no. Maybe it is, but it doesn't always have to be. You know what I mean? So, tonight, sit there and really think about your relationships. What you want, how you want to move forward in your life. And are you being honest and true to yourself? Because that's who matters. You matter. And you will always, 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 always be able to find what's best for you, whether it's going to school. And yes, of course, you're going to be afraid. Starting your own business. Just don't give up. Don't give up. 80% of people that have their own business give up just before they're going to succeed. It took me a year to make my first $68 in my business. A year of struggling and calling these damn doctors and being like, pitching my, what I was selling, and mostly it was services, but at some point out, I just felt like this is never gonna ever take off, and then it did, and once it did, and it just never stopped, and that was I mean, unless you're a complete narcissist, which obviously you're not, because you're asking that question. You are probably very much a helper, and you're an empath, you want to help people, you want to give, but you have to remember, you need to give to you, so you can be there for other people. Let them come to you. Yes, no, we gotta stop that. We have to stop giving, because why are we giving? Ask yourself that question. Why are you giving so much to others instead of yourself? It's because we are expecting something in return. And that is a little bit of codependency. I mean, I'm not going to diagnose anything, but I can remember my therapist telling me this. He's like, why do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I want to make people happy. He's like, why? And he kept asking me why. It would drive me nuts. He's like, no, you want them to respond. And I'm like, what do you mean, respond? He said, you are looking for love from other people, and by doing so, you are giving yourself to them just freely. That is not how a relationship works. And that was a pretty intense moment to understand why I was doing all this for all these other people that were not, they never reciprocate, because it's free, right? It's like you give somebody a house and a place to live and a car, and they don't have to work for it. Are they going to appreciate it? Are they going to say, gee, I'm really going to try harder now because I didn't have to work for this? It was given to me. No, of course not. Same thing with our emotions. Thank you, Amy, for the heartbeat. If we freely give our emotions, we will be the bright light in the middle of a crowd to all of the soul suckers of the world. And I've been there. And it is you stand? Well, hello from the Philippines. Hello, EENYC. And when you figure that out, like when it really becomes a moment where you're thinking about this and you're like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, and then they don't reciprocate, and you're like, whoa, they don't deserve me. They do not. People don't deserve you who are not going to reciprocate your emotions. Because you give and give and give, and you don't expect anything back, and I have done that. Hello, art. So it's a very slippery slope because you feel like you want to give your love, you're a loving person, but like the giving tree, exactly. Attachment, that's in a way that's an attachment. It's almost like an addiction to a drug, you know. Put the ball in their court, yes. Let them come to you. Say, I'm not doing this anymore. Nope, absolutely not. Yes. I mean, believe me, this is a safe space. You can talk about it. Yes. And I think as we get older, especially now, I mean, I think EE and I are the same age. So, when I turned about 40, I realized, I was like, what am I doing? Like, literally, I'm the one trying to get a hold of them. I'm the one, like, these are my friends, you know, friends, right? Why am I never invited? Why am I the one constantly, like, celebrating their birthday and they don't even remember mine, you know? You need to take a step back, yes, observe, and that's what today is for. Take a moment and really think about your current life. Are you happy? Are you on the road you want to be going? Are you living in the present? Because I know I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I really wanted to give an opportunity to just talk about these things, because you never know, things can come up and you can recognize yourself in somebody else a lot easier than somebody telling you that, oh, you need to change this about yourself. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes when you can relate and you see somebody else that struggle, or many people, you realize you're like, oh my gosh, I do the same thing. Wow, okay. Well, how do I fix it? And then there's, 200 and some people on here that have an answer for you, and that's the coolest thing. I love that. Because we have all been there. You are not alone, trust me. It can feel lonely, but you are not alone. And I'm not really one to go say, well, find a group of people like you, because that can be like, you're all in the same boat, and it can be like, oh yeah, everything's okay, It's good to have people call you out on your shit, you know what I mean? On your crap, and give you some real advice, some positive self-advice, what you need to do for you. And sometimes that can be more painful to hear than, well, oh, just love him, he's a great, or she's a great, you know what I mean? elicit a reaction, which then creates a reaction, and then we got all this going on, and then there's this period where you make up, where you have this feel-good period, and that's where your dopamine kicks in, and you're like, oh, this feels so good, and then you do it again because you want that high. You want that drug back. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? And sometimes we just have to say it's okay to be alone. And it is completely. It's okay to enjoy your own company. It's okay to not have 15 friends around you all the time. To sit home and read a book. To go after the dream, of your career. And all your friends are like, nah, don't do that. Well, maybe it's because they're a little jealous. You know what I mean? So you kind of, these are questions you have to ask yourself. I can't answer them, or, I can just throw out the, scenario, and you can either go, yeah, that's what's happening, or yeah, that could be. But remember, the more you talk about it and open up and really be honest with yourself, you're gonna find people that have struggled through it, and you're gonna learn from them. But if you never take the chance, like going back to school, if that's what you really want to do, then how do you know if you're ever going to do that? You never gave yourself the chance. And I think that's the most important thing in life. Never short yourself the opportunity. I think we all do that a lot. For somebody else or a parent, you know what I mean? Don't do that. If I could leave this world today and had one piece of advice for my daughter, it would be to live your life to the fullest and not allow somebody else to manipulate your decisions that could change your future. I've done it. So yeah, if that's one piece of advice, love yourself. How hard it is, it's not easy. No. It's not always easy. Especially if you're just starting off in this journey, it is gonna be hard. But nothing worth its weight in gold is ever easy. It comes right off. It is never easy. Anything but good things come to those who wait, right? My daughter says to me all the time, she's like, why do you allow Pep to get to you? I'm like, because he always has. I don't know. This is my 15-year-old saying this, She's like, yeah, I just ignore him. But she didn't grow up in in the same situation, so I have to constantly, even now, remind myself, no, you are not going to allow him to do that to you. I'm sorry. was given a gift with Errol, and I've been thinking about doing this because I think for some reason it must be, I don't know if it's the time of the year or we're all kind of going through something, but I hear it a lot, and we need to take a step back, all of us, and go, okay, what is our today look for us? Is that going on a trip, planning a trip, or just by yourself, starting a new path in school, ending a toxic relationship, finding that book that nobody wants you to read, but you know you're gonna love it, going to a concert by yourself, going to dinner by yourself, finding things you love to do, finding your passions is so important. I think at the age of 25, somebody would ask me, well, what do you like to do? Thank you. I think the only thing I could say was ski and ride horses. I only went to the beach because of my friends. I hated it. I only went golfing with my dad because I felt like it was a time I could spend time with him. You know, I did all this other, stuff I hated to do just to spend time with people who don't give a shit. I mean, like, none of the people that, except for one, Robin, we've been friends since we were 14, and Mark. But other than that, I've had to let go of a lot of people. Yeah, and it's sad, but it's not, because it keeps you stuck. And yet, they live their life. This is what makes me really, really concentrate on not allowing him to affect me. Yeah, I think if you just accept that they're never gonna change. Yes. Yes, we have a very similar. Just let it go. Mourn it. Yes, he has great advice. Amazing advice. Because a lot of times it is like losing a part of yourself, but you're gaining so much more. It's a way of life you've always known. It's gonna feel weird, empty, And if I allowed it to, it probably would have ended up killing me, but I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be them. That's right, because you're not them. That is exactly right. You are you. Every one of us in here there's only one of us. I say that a lot because I find that fascinating. Here we all are totally different people, and yet we can sit here and be honest with each other. And a good group of people that can be sincere, that have gone through similar things, can really, really, really help. And also hurt too. Like, that's why I said earlier, I don't really believe in like joining groups. Now, I don't know if I lost Sienna. I may have to. I don't know. That would be something I would have to relate to, but then I would feel like I would be always submersed in her death instead of her life. And that's what I got caught up with my mom. I was so, I guess, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but one day it just hit me. I'm like, why am I constantly thinking of her death instead of she had this whole life that she lived? She only died one day, and that's all I can think about. So it just was like an epiphany. It hit me, and I started talking about her like she actually was a human being, and she was. I mean, she had her faults, but she was a lot of fun in a lot of ways. And my daughter would go, Nana did that really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, really? Like, yeah. So it started making me happy because it gave her life, you know. So just like relationships with our parents or whoever, we can't get lost in one moment, in one time, in one expectation. We need to journey on our own and live our life in our circle of ourselves. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, you know. I mean that as we cannot be the best friend, the best lover, the best employee, the best business owner unless we take care of, number one, ourselves. And it's so important. Kind of breathe that in. It's okay to love myself. It's okay to be free of people who are abusive to me. It's not okay for them to do that. And of course, they're going to do everything in their power to try to make you feel a certain way. And that's the hardest part, I think. Especially when you're younger, to break away. Because I think when you're younger, you do feel more lonely. As you get older, I don't know, I've got like 15,000 hobbies. Honestly, I don't even know if I have time for friends. Like, I do have my friends, but like, I don't really worry about what they're doing day to day, you know. I'll call them out the blue to ask them, hey, how you doing? But, you know, it's different. As we get older, we start to realize that, you know, we're not too bad company for That's it. You can't do somebody else's best, or my best, or my daughter's best, or your friend's best. You can only do your best, and that's okay. That's the goal. You do your best. Don't give up just because you think, I'm not gonna win anyway, or I'm not gonna make it, or hey, just keep doing your best. You don't have to be the best. You just have to do everything in your power to get where you want to go. Just like being afraid of going back to school. You don't have to get straight A's, my dear. Just do your best. And if you need tutoring, that's fine. If you need to talk to your professors, that's absolutely fine. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help. We all need it. Trust me. And you never know so easy to get bogged down by negativity. All you have to do is get on social media and there it is. And I think positive reflection and honest insight into ourselves is so important, especially nowadays with all the social media telling us. In some ways, it's like a third and fourth parent and not a positive one. Just change the I can't do this to I can. I know I can. I absolutely can. It may not be the ideal, I'm gonna get all A's and it's gonna be easy way that you may think of it in your mind, but you can do it. You know what I mean? Nothing is as it seems. Struggling for something is so much better when you make it to the end than just being handed it. I always love to work really hard at something and then look back and go, oh gosh, I did that. Oh. Even mowing my grass. I know it's a chore and I have 3 acres to mow by hand, pretty much, but I know at the end, when it looks nice, I'll be like, yeah, so much more rewarding than hiring somebody. Hello, babe, thank you for the heartbeat. Remember, you are enough just as you are. You have to honor and respect your feelings, not somebody else's, your feelings. Love yourself, nobody else. Love yourself unconditionally. Accept all of you without judgment. Treat yourself with care and softness. Because you are worthy of love, joy, and happiness, especially from you. Thank you, Mike. Or Biker. Sorry, I don't know where I got Mike. I guess Biker or Mike. I don't know. The Terminator. Thank you. So, somebody was asking, oh, thank you, how do you overcome hardships? And I want to address that again. We've got some more people in here, maybe different people. So, remember how we were talking about your feelings make me like somebody else's. Let's pretend we're talking to somebody else. My feelings make me uncomfortable right now, but I can accept them. So, if you're trying to overcome something, you may not feel like it feels the right way. And you don't have to, but you can definitely accept them, and eventually it will become natural. I think I like that one. I like that thought. Because there's so many times in my life where I've felt so uncomfortable in my own skin, and it was because I was doing something for myself trust in your ability to succeed. We were talking about that earlier. You are so strong, so capable, and so resilient. Remember, we all survived being born. If you think about it, we've already won the lottery. My daughter says that to me all the time. She's like, Mom, you know what? Out of all the people we could have been, we were us. We really won the lottery just by being born. You are the only one that has the power to create a positive change. Isn't that cool? I love when she says that. She's like, Mom, why are you upset? Just the fact that we're here. We already won the lottery. We could have been a billion different other people, but we're us. Tell yourself every single day something positive over and over and mean it. Perspective is everything. Hello, Bree. I believe in myself and my journey. Now that's not a lot of words, but if you say it every single day instead of saying something negative to yourself, you'll start to believe it. Things will change. It's really that simple. Even though it seems like it couldn't possibly be, it really is. I am becoming the best version of myself every single day. But you know what? It doesn't have to be all today. You're allowed to make mistakes. You should fail because that will teach you what to do to succeed at what you're working towards. If you never fail, that means you're not truly working at it. And you are never alone because we've all gone through it. You just Because you know what worrying does? Absolutely nothing. Nothing except give you ulcers, a headache. Worrying is the silliest emotion, I think. I mean, we all do it, of course, but there's nothing we can do about it. Whatever will be, will be. We have to. I believe, and I'm working on this, and I'm trying to get my dad to try to think about working on it. Worrying over silly things, just to worry, becomes an addiction in itself, because that anxiety, that stomach, that nervousness becomes, you miss it when it's gone. This happens a lot. I see it in my dad. He can't stand not to worry. And then he says he can't help it. Well, he's the only one who can. Try to breathe in relaxation and out any tension that you might have. Let go of negative thoughts and embrace tranquility. Again, you can't do anything about the inevitable. Keep moving forward. And I don't mean fake positivity. I want to clear that up, because I do believe there is fake positivity, and that is not healthy either. That can also be a way to cover real emotions. It's okay to feel emotion, to fail, to kick, scream, cry, whatever you need to do, but have a plan of moving forward. You're always going to have setbacks, days you don't feel great. That's so normal. But to always be happy and smiling just because, no. You're allowed to feel, and that's good, I think. I focus on what I can control, and I let go of what I cannot. So what can you control? You can control your reaction, right? But you can't control what somebody says. So, if my mother, when I was younger, said to me, you need to lose 10 pounds, the only thing I have control over is my reaction. Or if somebody comes and honks the horn for no reason just because they want to pass me, okay, let them go. To get upset, what is that going to help or change? Or how is it going to affect you positively by getting upset? Find one thing every day that is positive in your life. And it can be as small as I saw the most beautiful rainbow, or wow, I saw this really cool looking bird in it has been proven that when we tell ourselves negative things, it drives out room for the positive. Hi, Zoe. Yet it's the same the other way. When you make less room for the negative, then you can allow the positive to come in. Yes, I do remember you, Zoe. That's my niece's name. The thoughts we think the most are the ones that take root in our brains. So this means that self-affirmations will work. Eventually, you have to keep saying them. I've already had it on there. See, it was meant to be just for you. It's pouring outside. Good Lord, if we get any more rain up here, we're gonna float away. So, and this is by a doctor from the Cleveland Clinic. She said she likes to think of, if I tell myself negative stuff, I'm affirming myself with negativity. Now that's an interesting thought. So, if you tell yourself, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, you're actually giving yourself a compliment, but negatively. It's interesting. Hello. Speak into existence. When was the last time you complimented yourself out loud? Sometimes hearing things out loud is more impactful than saying them in your mind. Hello, Gigi, part 2. Like, get in front of the mirror and go, you know what? You look dang good today. Or, boy, you're really doing good. Or whatever it is that you want to say to yourself, say it out loud. I like that. Write it down. Now, I know a lot of people aren't too into this, but my daughter, it works for her. She writes every day. And she'll tell herself that she's proud of herself and that she's doing good. And yeah, she may not have done great on her English exam last week, but that's okay because nobody is perfect. And I liked that because I think, wow, she understands that it's okay not to be okay. And I never could. I always felt like I had to be okay. I always had to be happy, smiling, or my dad would be screaming at me. Oh, there's River's ears. Everybody who knows me knows River. So if you love your phone, this is a pretty good advice. You can always save your affirmations on your phone. Set a reminder to repeat and read them. us. Like for our brains and our bodies, like let's say you walk around the block, you don't have to make it 5 miles, it can be 5 minutes. Now this site from the Cleveland Clinic recommends if you pair that 5 minutes with something positive, it helps that positivity become physically real, and that makes sense. Like, I'm strong, my body is powerful, I'm grateful for my health. That makes sense. Because you can feel it the same time you talk about it. I like that. And reflect on your day. Are you moving forward? Are you being honest with yourself? I mean, really honest. You did your best because that's what you do. That's the only thing you can do. And you're proud of yourself. It's so important. I think if I could change one thing about my dad, is to get him to think at least a little bit positive. He is so negative, and he's 87, so he's always been like that. But I used to think, wow, what does he have to be so unhappy about? But he could find literally anything. Literally anything. When I go to bed, I release all my worries. I sleep like a baby. I figure, you know what? They're gonna be there tomorrow, so why do I want to worry about them while I'm sleeping? I don't know why I've always thought that, but I'm like, I don't want to be like him. Right? Like, I mean, they're gonna be there anyway, so why mess up my sleep? I love my bed. I love to sleep, and when I sleep good. My dad's like, how can you just go to sleep like that? I'm like, because that's still gonna be there tomorrow. I'll worry about it then. I can't do anything about it at 2 o'clock in the morning now, can I? No. And guess what? I've got news for you people. Life can be miserable at times, and you can't change stressors. And you know what? It's just like being happy. You got the ebb and the flow. Misery is part of happiness. However, how to deal with that misery is how we can change our futures, our moments in our lives. So our way of thinking during these miserable times can stagnate or keep us from moving forward. However, if you can't seem to shake persistent feelings of self-doubt, there is no shame. It is okay to talk to people, to reach out. If positive affirmations just aren't cutting it for you, you may want to talk to somebody, a psychiatrist or a therapist. Maybe it's not just that, mental health is a real thing. It's not to be afraid of or ashamed of. If you put your best foot forward and it's still not working, that's okay, for gosh sakes. about you, but sometimes when I get in my mood, if I get into a mood or something happens, I will stop doing what I love. Hello, Audrey. Like going outside or just doing little things like that. Listening to music. Don't forget to keep doing those things, even if you're having a down period. And you know what? We're all gonna run into burnout. Let's face it. I mean, throughout my life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Being burned out. And you know what? You may just need a break. And that is fine. Because then you can take care of you and come back a better version. Setting boundaries with yourself at work, life is key to making sure that you are okay. Because if you're not okay, then, well, you're not going to be very much help to anybody else. Hello, Destiny, and Stacy. Thank you, Terminator, for all the likes. Cheesy Panther, Liana, Liliana. Yeah, my grandmother was very superstitious. And I remember saying at the table once, she goes, I said, well, do you think something bad's gonna happen? She goes, oh, no, no, no. I just think that, I can't remember what she said, she's been dead a long time, but she said, no, 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 I don't necessarily think something bad is gonna happen, it's just a habit. Hello, Aubrey. So sometimes our superstitions can also create good luck or bad luck in our minds. So that can help us feel in more control. I think that's what she was trying to say, like if she threw salt over her. Yeah, no, I know. This is about you. Getting back to ourselves. Focusing on you tonight. Taking a break, you know. Closing your eyes. Focusing on the most important these are so important to talk about, and I don't think, like with the news and everything, that we take the time for ourselves to take and just think about what we want for our day-to-day life. And it's the most important thing is to take care of yourself. So if you could do one thing that's not expensive, like, make little goals that are within your reach. I mean, even if you have a lot of money, you don't want to be spending a bunch of money doing, all this stuff for yourself. Like, just little things like, I love to go on my lake and paddle around on my kayak. So I try to do that every day, or make a bonfire. I love to make fires. So I'll try to do that once a week. And they're free. I just go down there and do it. And there's a lot of parks by my house, so I'm pretty lucky. But something little like that you'd be not, if thought of before, that could really bring you joy. Those are the things we need to think about. I mean, we can set bigger goals, but just on a day-to-day kind of thing, And always check in with yourself. Do you feel good? Does your relationship feel good? Are you happy? Are you moving forward together? Is it healthy? I can't do anything with these. The cleansing breath filled with so much feel good and kindness to yourself. Fill your heart chakra up. All the way to the top. And then one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. And this time as you exhale, I want you to think of a color that makes you feel good. Whatever color that is, pink, purple, red, green, yellow. And let that color surround you and hold you. And just kind of flow in and out as you breathe normally. focus on your breath. Focus on the sensation, the air flowing in and out of your mouth, your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest, the release of any anxiety and stress in your tummy, your shoulders, your legs. Just let it go. Do not control your breathing. This is a natural thing we do every day. You don't have to go slow or fast. If you'd like to take a deep breath, you are free to do so. There are no rules in a meditation. Relaxing is being aware. You become aware of the places in your body that there is tension or discomfort. Release any worries or stress for this moment. Our stress is stored in the cells and parts of our body, so let it go. Let it go. Each time you breathe in or out, imagine the tension in the color that you chose earlier, flowing freely and without stress in and out, and every time it flows, it relaxes you deeper and deeper until you're entirely comfortable. Now, you might not get it the first time, but that's okay. It's okay. We're just trying to find a little peace tonight. So how do you focus that crazy mind of yours? Hello, Eric. Well, you might want to pick a word, or focusing on your breath, or maybe just feeling your body relax and that sensation. And let everything go. Vision the best part of you on a cloud, on the beach, in the mountains, somewhere you feel so safe, so happy. Can be anywhere. And fall into that peace, that happiness, that comfort. Look around. Notice little things maybe you never noticed before, like flowers or the sun rising or how the waves break in such unique patterns with the ebb and flow of the tide. There is no judgment here. yourself a moment, an hour, an afternoon, whatever you need to just be at peace. Are there any lessons that need to be learned? Are you holding on to something toxic like a relationship or a negative thought? Maybe you should embrace it instead of kick it out of your mind and say, you know what, we're gonna work together. We're gonna make it through. So instead of working against your mind, you work with it, which I kinda like. This is where you want to hold your breath deeply and almost comfort that negative thought into your self-love thought that you're gonna make it. This is what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it together. Let go of I don't know. Let go of any stories, quote unquote, what your parents have told you, what the rest of the world might think. If you really want to be free, you have to break those barriers and limitations. And you know what? You can tell somebody that is negative to you. You can say, you know what? You might be right, but I don't have to believe you. Because in their mind, they may be right, and that's okay. But you do not have to believe their story about you. You don't have to even think about it after that either. That's their opinion. We let go, which is the hardest practice I think in the world, is to let go and be free. And in silence, that moment of silence without social media or other people's conversation,